Hi guys! I've been using Ableton Live for many years, and in this time I've been through many different configurations, both hardware and software. I think that we are really in a great place today. Even inexpensive machines can run Ableton smoothly. There is a ton of great tools in every price range that you don't even have to configure before use. In this video I will show you how I play live using Ableton Live with the addition of two great MIDI controllers, APC40 from Akai and Launchpad from Novation Music. Akai APC40 is definitely one of the most prominent MIDI controllers available on the market today. Before the release of Push, also from Akai, this was the ultimate tool for controlling Ableton Live, in my opinion. Great feel and build quality, and a real pleasure to use both in studio and in the live setting. Launchpad from Novation is the most popular MIDI controller for Ableton Live, and a sheer number of YouTube clips is a pretty good indication of that. The build quality and overall feel is definitely more plasticky and less responsive than Akai. But for the price that you can snatch your Launchpad for, I think it's a really great device. What is pretty important to note here is that both controllers were designed in conjunction with Ableton, and it tells whenever you use the devices. Plug and play, auto mapping and all that good stuff. To get more in-depth view on both devices, you should check out the links below. You may ask yourself why you need to use both devices at the same time. The answer is, you don't. They're both perfectly fine on their own. But after doing this producing thing for some time now, I found out that this is the most fun way of playing live for me. And I will get back to that in a second. What I always loved about Ableton Live is that there is no one good way of doing things. You can get to a desirable result in 10 different ways, just like in Photoshop or any other great software package. You can get really creative and build an environment that suits your style of doing things. The same thing goes for playing live. I know people that go on stage, get a feel of the place and then go with the flow. Improvise, launch random clips and then hope for the best. Some great things can come out of that, but some bad stuff too. That type of live sets often lack structure. You need the low points to make the high points that more powerful. I think that deadmau5 has some really great points on this subject. On the other end of the spectrum you have the uber structure type of live sets, often played from the arrangement view. That way you are unfortunately only in control of FX and volume sliders. In the time before the controllers with the clip launching capabilities, this was the way to go. So in a perfect world you would want to combine the freedom of creative expression with a structure that can guarantee a solid piece of music. Good news is that we are living in this perfect world, at least when it comes to Ableton live sets. Okay, so now let's dive deep into the project itself. Oh, and not to make this video any longer than it has to be, from this point on I will assume that you got yourself familiar with both the APC40 and the Launchpad. If you haven't, please check the links in the description before you continue to the next segment. First, let's start with the role of each device. If Ableton Live is the brain, then APC40 is the heart of the operation. It controls the main arrangement and overall structure of the live set. FX, sends, and volume controls, it's all here. Launchpad plays the second fiddle, but it's still very important. It is providing the additional sounds, textures, and freedom for improvisation without the fear of messing up your performance. The clip launcher section is divided right in the middle, between the clips launched from APC40 and the Launchpad. The first channel in each section represents the grouping of the next 3 channels. That way you can easily control the section responsible for Launchpad or have more granular control of each separate channel. At first the setup can seem a little funky, but bear with me. At the top of every live set project, I designate a section for the loops intended for the Launchpad. Using the navigation buttons on the device itself, I move the Launchpad clip selection area to channel 6. I skip the channel number 5 because I'm not interested in launching whole scenes from the device. I will be launching clips one by one. Channels 6, 7 and 8 are present both on the APC40 and on the Launchpad. But by using this method, each device has its own loop selection work area that don't interfere with one another. You can navigate the project with the APC40 by going up and down without getting in the way of your loops prepared for the Launchpad. To make this work, you need to delete the stop buttons from the Launchpad channels that go along the APC40 arrangement. This step is important because it prevents the killing of clips playing from the Launchpad every time a new scene is launched from the Akai. Okay, now let's look more closely at the channel composition. Channel 1 is a group channel that controls the first 4 channels. Channel 2 is responsible for drum loops. Channel 3 plays reversed copy of drum loops from channel 2. Channel 3 is assigned to deck B. You can switch between decks with the crossfader. Channel 4 houses your melodies, bass lines, and synth loops. Channel number 5 is the group channel controlling the channels 6, 7, and 8. Channel 6 is your hi-hats. Channel 7 is open heads. And finally, channel number 8 is responsible for crashes and cymbals. Now let's focus on the next major part of the overall project, the FX composition. The APC40 device control area consists of 8 knobs, device selection buttons, on and off switch, and clip track mode switch. In this project we will be only using the 8 knobs, because every single channel consists of only one device, the FX rack. FX rack is one of the most powerful features of Ableton Live. It lets you assign more than one action to a single signal input method, which means that by using just one single knob, you can do 10 different things at the same time. Back in the day, to apply more reverb, add more feedback to your ping-pong delay while cutting low frequencies at the same time, you had to be an octopus. Every single channel with the master channel included has its own FX rack. That consists of essential FX combos designed for particular sound characteristic. For example, in a drum loop channel, you will find the classic low frequency cut filter that still will leave you some lows at the bottom so it doesn't sound weak. You can also get rid of the highs without going into sub-bass territories. This particular effect also adds ultra reverb so the overall sound gets more spacey. There is really a lot of going on in each effect combination. I won't be going into too much detail in this tutorial because of the time constraints, but you should definitely watch my other tutorial on this very subject. The last important part of the project are the send channels. You can control up to 3 separate channels from the track control area of the APC40. In this project, I'm only using 2, reverb and delay. And I think it's more than enough. So now every single piece of the puzzle is in place. You know what is the role of each controller, where to move your sounds to, what effects there are, and how to access them. I know there is a lot to digest, but I'm sure you get the gist of it very fast. This whole project was a couple of months in the making, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. It works really well with all different kinds of music, from dubstep to electro and from house, drum and bass. Okay, demo time. There is a lot of cool tricks and FX combos that you can pull out. I will feature some of my favorite techniques, transitions and FX combinations in my next video. You should definitely check it out. As for the tutorial part, we are almost done. You can download the entire project for free at our website, which is beatmatch.info. We are a sound design studio working for TV industry, advertising and many other creative outlets. But our main thing are loop packs designed for music producers and DJs. So to make this live project more fun to play with, we decided to add for free some cool sounds to get you started. If you want to see more, you should definitely check out our free big live sets built on top of this framework. Each one is over 20 minutes long and is pretty robust. Also ready to download and use right out of the box. Thank you for watching and see you next time.